So, a very good morning dear students. Welcome to my channel Maths with Mahanti sir. Children, in the last class I discussed the concept of two measures of central tendencies, namely your mean and mode. So, where I discussed in detail what is mode and how to find the mode of a distribution, that is particularly ungrouped data, and how to find mean of ungrouped data. Mean of ungrouped data or discrete frequency distribution or group frequency distribution. It was discussed by me in the last class. Okay. So, once again I would like to revise those things. Then only I will go to the next measure to discuss the next measure of central tendency, that is median. Children, while discussing mode, what I said? I said mode is that observation or that score or that variate or that data, whatever you say, which occurs maximum number of times in a distribution, means whose frequency is mode. As I gave you the example of Virat Kohli, in a particular over he scored different runs. See, suppose in a particular over, what I had discussed earlier, in a particular over of a cricket match, suppose Virat Kohli scored 3 boundaries. He hit 4 runs or 3 boundaries. 3 boundaries, you see. The run 4 or the score 4 is hit by Virat Kohli how many times? 3 times. Suppose he hit a 2, he scored 2 runs in one ball, that means 2 occurs 1 times, and he hit 2 times 6. 2 times 6 he hit. That means in the 6 balls he scored the following runs. That means 4 runs is scored by Virat Kohli how many times? 3 times. 2 runs is scored by him 1 time, and 6 runs is scored or hit by him 2 times. That means in this distribution, in this ungrouped frequency distribution, if I ask you which score or which observation occurs maximum time, the answer is 4. 4 occurs 3 times. So the mode or modal value of this frequency distribution or ungrouped data will be 4, because the score or observation 4 is having maximum frequency, that is 3. Okay, so this is the concept of mode, and the mode of ungrouped data only. Mode of group data we will discuss it in class 10, not in 9. While discussing mean is another measure, mean or average or arithmetic mean. How to find the mean? I told you 2 formula. One is x bar equal to sigma xi by n, or sigma xi, I taking values from 1 to n to sigma fi. Sum of frequencies. This is sum of observations. Sum of n observations where I varies from 1 to n, and this is sum of frequencies where I varies from 1 to n. This sigma fi equal to n. N means the total number of observations in the distribution. We use this formula. That means, for example, suppose you are given 3 observations. Suppose 2, 3 and 4. Suppose you are given 3 observations. Here x1 is 2, x2 is 3 and x3 is 4. There are 3 observations. Or ungrouped data, if you want to calculate its mean, what you will do? Using this formula, you add the 3, x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3. Why 3? Because there are 3 observations, n equal to 3 or sigma fi equal to 3. Okay. Now this is how much? This is your 9 by 3, it is 3. So the mean, you see, the mean of these 3 ungrouped data, 2, 3 and 4 will be 3. So this is one method to calculate the mean of ungrouped data, and this formula we will use when only if the frequency of each observation or ungrouped data is 1. But if the frequency of ungrouped data is more than 1, we cannot use this formula. So what we have to do? In that case, I said that what we will do, suppose this is a group frequency distribution or discrete frequency distribution. Suppose these are xi means scores or observations, and these are their fi means frequencies. So 4 occurs 5 times, 6 occurs 10 times, 9 occurs 10 times. That means sum of frequency is 40. That means total number of observations in this distribution is 40. If you are given a discrete frequency distribution or group frequency distribution like this, how to calculate the mean? You cannot calculate the mean using this formula. In that case, what you will do? What you have to do? You have to find another column. Means you have to find the product of fi and xi. After finding the product of fi and xi, take the summation, sigma. Find the sum or summation of all the products of fi and xi. So this will be 360. You see 4, 5, 26, 10, 60, 9 into 10, 90. Find the product of fi and xi, then add all the products of fi and xi. You will get sigma fi into xi. And what will be the mean? The mean will be x bar equal to sigma Fi divided by sigma Fi. That is 360 divided by 40, which will be 9. So the mean of this discrete frequency distribution or group frequency distribution will be 9. So these are the things which I had discussed. Now, and I am sure you must have understood. Now let us discuss the third measure of central tendency as given in your NCERT syllabus. It is median. Children, you know what is median in class 7? It was there in the chapter data handling. But you might have forgot. Let me give you the concept of median with the help of one example. I will define the term later. Suppose you are given some ungrouped data, say 2, 5, 4, 6, 8. Okay, suppose these are some observations. You see. Suppose you are given these. How many observations are there? There are 5 observations in this distribution. Suppose you are given 5 number of observations or ungrouped data and you are asked to find what is median. Let me first tell you the process and method of finding median. Then I will define what is median. Okay. See. So if you are given these ungrouped data or observations and you are asked to find the median. So what you will do? What we had read in class 7. So first, that means we are discussing median of ungrouped data. See, ungrouped data. Okay. So let us see how to find median of ungrouped data. Children, median of group data will be taught in class 10. Okay. Now suppose you are given this ungrouped data, 5 ungrouped data and you are asked to find the median. So what will you do? What is the first step? The first step is you write the observations in ascending or descending order. In any order you like. First you write, suppose we will write in ascending order. So in ascending order, what it will become? It will become 2, 4, 5, 6 and 8. You see. So the first step to find the median of ungrouped data is, first you write all data or observations in the ascending or descending order as you like. Suppose I wrote in the ascending order. Now what is the next step? See, step 2. The second step is what? After writing the data or observations in ascending or descending order, find out how many observations are there, whether it is even or odd. You see, here total observations. See, in this particular case, total observations. Suppose let us denote it by the symbol n. Let us denote the total number of observations by n. So n is equal to how much here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 means it is odd, you see. So after writing the observations in ascending or descending order, find out how many observations are there and ensure whether it is even or odd. Now in this case it is odd. Okay. Now if it is odd, if the total number of observation is odd, then what we will do? Step 3. You see. Find n plus 1 by 12th observation. Find the value of n plus 1 by 2th observation. You see, after finding the total number of observations, suppose n, and you saw that it is odd. If it is odd, you see, if n is odd, that means step 3 what it says? If n is odd, if the total number of observation is odd, then median MD. Median is denoted by the symbol MD. It will be equal to n plus 1 by 2th observation. You see. That means after writing the data observation in ascending or descending order, find out how many observations are there. If it is odd, suppose n is odd. N is 5 in this case. So if n is odd, then find the n plus 1 by 2th observation. That means in place of n you put 5. Plus 1 by 2 observation. 5 plus 1 means 6. 6 by 2 it is third observation. You see. This is the third observation. And which is the third observation? Written in ascending order. See. Look at. The observations have been written in ascending order. So it is odd. Total number of observation is odd. If total number of observation odd, find the n plus 1 by 2th observation. That means it is the third observation. 5 plus 1, 6, 6 by 2, 3, third observation. And which is the third observation? 5. So, the median of this distribution will be 5. Now you can ask me, sir, what is median? Yes. Now I can give you the exact definition of median. So, median is another measure of central tendency. What does it represent? It is a representative score. It is a representative score. What does it indicate? It is that value of a distribution. It is that value of the ungrouped data or ungrouped distribution which divides the distribution into two equal halves. That means below 5, look at, below 5, how many scores are there? 2. And above 5, how many scores are there? 2. That means this representative score 5. This representative score 5 divides the entire distribution into 2 equal halves or parts. That means below this middlemost value, you can say this is the middlemost value. This is below this middlemost value, which is 5 in this case. Below the middlemost value, that is 5, 50% of the score or observation lie and 50% of the score lie above. Below the middlemost score 50% score lie and above the middlemost score 50% score lie. Then such a middlemost score or observation is called the median of the ungrouped data. I hope you understood. So we can easily now define what is median. Median is that middlemost value of a distribution which below which and above which. Below and above which 50% of the score or observation lie. So we call that middlemost value or observation as the median. And this is the process how to find median of ungrouped data. Okay. So children, once again I am saying median is that median is that value or that middlemost value of a distribution below which and above which 50% of the score will lie. 50% means you see 2 scores are lying below 5 and 2 scores are lying. 2 scores or 2 observations are lying above 5 and 2 are lying below 5. So 5 is the middlemost value or observation of this particular distribution and hence 5 is the median of this ungrouped data. 2, 5, 4, 6 and 8. Children, I hope you understood how to find median of ungrouped data when the total number of observations is what? Odd. This was you already know this. It was there in class 7. Okay. I just repeated it because you might have forgot. Okay. So now the point is, suppose total number of observation is your what? Suppose total number of observations in a distribution is not odd, it is even. That means let us add. Suppose another observation you add say 10. Okay. Now see, if total number of observations or ungrouped data in a given distribution is even. If total number of observations or ungrouped data in a given distribution is even, how to calculate its median? I just told you what is median. Median is that value or it is that middlemost value of a distribution below and above which 50% score will lie. Okay, below the median 50% score will lie and above the median 50% score will lie. Then only we say that middlemost value as the median of the distribution or ungrouped data. Okay. Suppose in a particular distribution total number of observation is even, not odd, like this. Suppose you are given 6 observations. How to calculate its mean? Okay, what are the steps? Let us discuss. Okay, the step is in a similar manner. The first step is, first you arrange them in ascending order or descending order. Let us arrange them suppose in ascending order. 2, 4, 5, 6, 8 and 10. See. Now I wrote all the 6 observations in ascending order. Okay. After writing, you may write in the descending order, no problem. Okay. Either you write in ascending order or descending order. This is the first step. Now the second step, you see. So the second step is calculate or find out how many observations are there, whether it is even or odd. Here there are total observation is 6. Total observations. N equal to 6 and it is even. See. So if the total number of observation in a distribution is even, then what to do? When it is odd, what I said median will be equal to n plus 1 by 2th observation. But in this case, you see, why in that case? Yes, I forgot to say why it will be n plus 1 by 2th observation. Why the median of ungrouped data when total number of observation is odd, it is equal to n plus 1 by 2th observation. The reason is because in that case you have only one middle value. In the first case I had taken how many? I had taken 5. You see, I had taken 5 observations. So if there are 5 observations, then which is the middlemost value? 5, because below, left to 5 and right to 5, two observations are there. So that means this distribution will have only one middlemost value or one middle value. But if the total number of observation is even, how many middle values are there? Let us find out. See, what is step 2? In step 2, total number of observation n equal to 6, it is even. Now look at how many middle values? There are 2 middle values. Look at. In this case, when the total number of observations in a distribution is even, there will be two middlemost values or two middle values you can say. Here the two middle values are 5.6. Because you see, why there are two middle values? Because after this you see how many observations are there? 2. And before this how many observations are there? 2. So definitely these are the two middle values. So in case when the total number, in case of total number of observation even, you will find two middle values. Okay. So as you will find two middle values, you see, as you will find two middle values, what is the formula? The formula is, what is the next step? Find the n by 2th observation. N by 2th observation. You see, what will be the n by 2th observation? What is the value of n? N is your 6. 6 by 2 observation. You see, 6 by 2th observation. That means it is the 6 by 2 is third observation. See. And which is the third observation? Written in ascending or descending? Third observation is 5. So this is equal to 5. Then find the next number. Find the next observation. N by 2th plus 1. This is n by 2th observation. Then what is the next number? Next observation. You see. Next observation, or you can say n by 2th observation plus 1. You can say n by 2 plus 1. N by 2 plus 1. That means n by 2 plus 1 observation, you can say, no problem. Okay, so n by 2 means it is your 6 by 2 plus 1. You see, observation. So 6 by 2 is 3, 3 plus 1 is 4. That means fourth observation. See, this is fourth observation. Okay, so here if n is even, first you find n by 2th observation. In this case it is third observation, which is equal to 5. Then the next observation is n by 2 plus 1th observation. It is the fourth observation, which is equal to how much? You see, look at the fourth observation. The fourth observation is 6, written in ascending order only or descending order. Now we got the two observations, 5 and 6. That means the two middle values. We got the two middle values. Okay, when total number of observations is odd, I said there are how many middle values? Two middle values. Those two middle values are what? They are n by 2th observation and n by 2 plus 1th observation. Now how to get the median? The next step is, you see, step 3. After finding, you see, after finding the n by 2th observation and n by 2 plus 1th observation, take the average of these two. Take the average of these two middle values. Take the average or mean of the two middle values. That will be the required median. That means median will be equal to 5 plus 6 divided by 2. It is 10.5. 5.5. You see. 6 plus 5 is 11. 11 by 2 is 5.5. See. After finding the two middle values, that is n by 2, this is the formula. You can simply write that median equal to average of the two middle values. And when this formula is applied or applicable, it is applicable when the total number of observations in the distribution is what? Even. And those two middle values you will find only by writing those observations in the either in the ascending order or in descending order. Then only it is permissible. Okay. So it is 5.5. See, children, I hope you understood how to find median of on-group data. Okay. How to find median of on-group data. What is the formula? This was the thing you had read in class 7 also, but as you might have forgot, I discussed it so that it will be recalled and you will be able to solve problems on median. So with this I discussed almost all the three measures of central tendencies, that is mean, median and mode, how to find mean of on-group data or on-group frequency distribution, then median of on-group data and what is mode of on-group data, how to find it out. I discussed in detail. Children, I hope you must have understood. Just one thing left. We have to discuss some properties of mean. There are some interesting properties of mean which we shall discuss in the next class. Okay. So that the chapter statistics will come to an end and then we will discuss problems on statistics. Okay. Children, I hope whatever I discussed till late you must have understood. If at all it is true, I would like to say you please hit the like button and subscribe my channel so that I feel encouraged to discuss more and more things in my upcoming classes. Thank you.